seems like we've been here before. Yes, it is Groundhog Day. And we welcome you to this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Brett Berry and Greg Anthony. We've got David Aldridge reporting from the sideline. Now a look at the stats for Brandon Podziemski.
And guys, how about the surge of offense he's experiencing right now? These last 5 games, he's been a machine at the offensive end. A different score than he had been earlier in the season. We'll find out if he can keep it going here tonight.
And the starting lineup for the Timberwolves. Edwards on the wing. He's joined by McDaniels. Then it's George, and it's Benton in at the 1. And for Golden State, Brown out there with Porter. Then it's Porter. Then there's Brandon Podziemski. And it's Huff in at the 5, roaming the paint. Now here we are, Greg, in the second half of the season. What do you think playoff-bound teams are focusing on right now?
I would say just making sure they keep the momentum heading into the postseason, as well as do everything possible to try to stay healthy.
Now here's Porter. Up top, Podziemski. Edwards defending. George with the steal. Here's Benton, guarded by Porter. Here's Edwards. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Edwards got the game going here with the first basket for the Timberwolves. Podziemski with it. In the game against Toronto. Very impressive. The screen from Brown. Porter with it. George picks him up. Traps in the tray.
And that's exactly what he's looking for. Draining the triple.
And about a minute gone here in the first quarter. Here's Benton, guarded by Porter. Benton, the pass to McDaniels. Shot clock at 6. Inside, here's Crawford. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
Now here's Porter. His average of about 35.5 points a game is pretty astounding, but one that he's worked very hard for.
He's not the guy that you want to give a wide open look from 3-point range. They're lucky that that one doesn't cost him.
And he can take off from anywhere at any time. Edwards always a threat.
Podziemski with it. Edwards defending. Pass to Porter. Back to Podziemski. Good, and a nice assist from Porter. Podziemski's got 6.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
Well, he's going to just keep going now. That's early confidence for him.
Now here's Edwards. With his average of more than 32 points a game, he's giving opponents nightmares with his firepower.
And what a creative finisher. Edwards is so fast in how he gets up to throw it down.
Here's Porter. Here's Podziemski. He has 6. Left side, Porter. Down low, Huff. The shot will not fall. Nice D from Crawford. Outside, Edwards. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. This game coming on the heels of their win against Toronto.
Well, you look at the points they produced in that game. Great adjustments on the offensive end.
That never stopped working. One of those games where just everybody was making shots, continual flow, and a very professional win.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that, that's your only option.
And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Timberwolves?
And guys, they've done a great job feeding their bigs inside. They are just punishing the opposition in the paint.
Let's make sure that that selfish nerve doesn't get tapped, because right now there's great ball movement. They're setting each other up. Let's see if that maintains.
And Porter drops them both.
Probably as close to a sure thing as you can have at the free throw line.
And the timeout called here by Tom Thibodeau. He's ready to talk things through with the team. standings in the Western Conference and see how the playoff race is shaping up. You look at Minnesota, they're having a solid season. 5th in the conference and looking to move up. And, of course, the Warriors. And they're down 4 spots from them.
And for the Warriors, they've looked decidedly average here in the early stages of the season. And that's shocking when you consider the kind of success they're coming off from a year ago.
And they're going to have to step up their execution in a big way if they hope to come close to having the same success as they did last year. The good news for them is it's early and they have the luxury of time to get things sorted out.
Pass to Banton. McDaniels with the ball. Guarded by Porter. McDaniels passes to Crawford. A great 1-2 punch. Beautiful pass and nasty jam.
Whoa, that'll wake you up.
He is such a great athlete. Here's Pajemski. There's the pick. And here's Brown. Golden State moving the ball around. Porter dishes to Brown. And again, it's the Warriors missing. Here's Edwards. Here's Crawford. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Crawford's got 6.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Pajemski finds Porter. Back to Pajemski. Outside Porter to end the run. Minnesota with the rebound. They're getting their first look of the season at the Warriors in this one.
And they really took care of business against this group last year, winning the season series.
Here's Banton. 11 points last game. Back to Edwards. Gets the three-pointer to fall. 12 points for him.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
And we've got a timeout called by Steve Kerr. This will give him a chance to discuss some potential alterations. Making a change here. Adams checked in. Koulibaly, he's checked in for Minnesota. Warriors trail by 10. Pass to Huff. And there's the foul. It's on Koulibaly. That is his first foul of the game.
Second team foul.
And the Warriors with possession here. And here's Porter. He definitely had a good game in their win against the Raptors. Here's Pajemski. Good, and a nice assist from Porter. Porter's got 3 assists in the game. Here's Banton. Nothing on the board. And for such a young player, Brandon Pajemski has a mature game.
Well, Kevin, his intellect out on the floor, I think, is at an elite level. Brandon does such a good job of hovering around the basket to get rebounds. He advances the ball with the pass. He's driving and always looking for angles. So this is an advantage-created player, and Brandon does a great job of it.
Here is Porter. Anthony Edwards making his last shot. It's tipped, and he recovers it. Nice fake, but the layup off the mark. Minnesota leading by 9. A steal. Outside Porter. Pass to Branham. There's the screen. Shoots from the line. Minnesota with the rebound. Crawford's got his 4th rebound in this one. At the elbow, it's George. Back to Koulibaly. Just 5 on the clock. From deep three-point land. It's hauled in by Michael Porter. Warriors trail by 9. Now here's Porter. Outside Porter. Outside Porter. Kicked away. Here's Banton. To the middle. Here's Crawford. He's off on that one. Nice D from Porter. Left side, Porter. And finished off by Porter.
Porter Jr. moving the ball well. Nice to have a wing player help to be a facilitator.
Pass to Banton. Back to Edwards. Shoots over Pajemski. And the basket by Edwards. Edwards got 16 points.
And boy, he's really in a groove. Dominant performance last game. Same thing this time out.
Seems to be nobody standing in his way. No roadblocks for him to get to his spot, capitalize, and continue to be aggressive.
And that one's good by Porter.
That's just tremendous scoring instinct. So fun to watch him work in the half court.
Edwards finds Coulibaly. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. And they'll get another chance. Banton's shot is off.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
And Tom Thibodeau decides to call timeout. He wants to regroup and go over the strategy. Markkanen, he's checked in for Michael Porter. And let's check out a group of shooting guards that have been doing some dirty work inside lately, averaging the most rebounds per game at their position over the last 10 games. You take a look at Coulibaly. He does a great job inside, one of the top rebounders in the league. And, of course, Anthony Edwards, doing just as much.
And these are sort of your do-it-all guys. I mean, even if rebounding isn't necessarily a priority for shooting guards, it's still something that helps your team get wins.
Well, the effort plays are very important. That's what these guys do. Like you said, the rebounds they provide from the off-guard spot can sometimes make the difference between winning or going home with your tail between your legs.
Here's Markkanen following the bucket by the Timberwolves. Pass to Porter. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Huff. Good, and a nice assist from Porter. Porter's got 4 assists now tonight.
Not getting old here. Seeing him make that lead pass with perfect timing.
On the wing, Coulibaly. He's defended by Pajemski. Shoots from the right block and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Greg, give us one word to describe Domantas Sabonis on the offensive end.
Kevin, I guess I'd say dominant, but that only scratches the surface. The way Sabonis drops dimes, hits shots, and controls the glass, dominant just doesn't even really begin to say enough.
Daniels, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. Here's Huff. He's coming off a 10-point game against Toronto.
Lest us not forget about the work on the glass. His effort level was a 10 that night out of 10.
Picked by Markkanen. Here's Pajemski. A three-pointer, no good. Timberwolves leading by 8. The kick out to Sabonis. Pajemski grabs the board. Wallace against Porter. Pajemski on the wing. A three-pointer off the mark. And so George will bring it up for Minnesota. To the paint. And Sabonis the bucket on the assist by George.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Golden State's gotten a lot of shots off from three-point land in the first quarter, but they're only 4 of 9. To the inside. Wallace against Porter. Picks it out to Markkanen. And again, it's the Warriors missing. Wallace right side. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
And they have owned the paint so far, and the score reflects it.
Yeah, the bully ball tonight has paid dividends. Highly effective down there with the physical play.
And the Timberwolves making a change here. Yabusele's checked in. It's deflected. Fast break. Here they come. Here's Koulibaly. A huge slam. The perfect end of the fast break.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
Yeah, the other team a bit concerned here. They're trailing, and the lead seems to be growing.
Here's Huff. Porter looking it over. 4 on the clock. Looking to end the run. And Domantas Sabonis pulls it down.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track. And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. And he knocks down the first one. And the Warriors with some changes. Gaze checked in. On the court for Minnesota, they've got Cason Wallace. Fontecchio is out there with Koulibaly. Then there's Edwards. And it's Crawford at the 5 down low.
Yeah, clearly a defensive lapse there. He is automatic from deep if you're going to leave him that wide open. Big time mistake.
Now here's Edwards. He's got 16. And it's wide right. It's off the rim.
Shot didn't fall, but that play worked well to get a good look at the basket.
Yeah, an efficient offensive possession. They found the look that they wanted, just didn't go in.
Porter inside. Wallace covering. And it's out of bounds. The Warriors able to retain possession here. Here's what the Minnesota Timberwolves have lined up on their schedule. On Saturday, they'll go up against the Magic in Orlando. Then on Sunday, they're off to Washington to take on the Wizards.
And looking at the Grizzlies matchup, this is one where it would take a complete meltdown for them not to come away with the win. Anything can happen, but I'd be shocked if they don't come out on top.
Markkanen, he's checked in for Michael Porter.
I've not seen him shoot this poorly, guys, in a game this season.
It's stolen. And they're running.
And they're getting to the line a lot in this quarter, guys, and it hasn't been by accident.
The NBA scoring explosion, Brent, hasn't slowed down. We're getting record-setting offenses, it seems like, every single season.
Yeah, Kevin, lots of factors going into that. Obviously, more three-pointers being taken and figuring out the math of the game, but let's give credit to the players and the work that they're doing in the off-season in terms of getting better with their skill to be able to shoot that basketball and seek out the most efficient shot on the court.
Minnesota shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts for the game right here.
For the Timberwolves, Crawford, 2 shots.
He makes 1 of 2 that time. Warriors trail by 11. Outside, Porter. The screen from Brown. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Good, and a nice assist from Porter. Brown's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for the Warriors. Minnesota's gone 1 of 6 from three-point land in the second quarter. Less than 20%, but they've continued to let them fly. With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. A move that likely helped the league's parity has been shortening max contract lengths. Commissioner Silver says we used to refer to it as dead money. A star player toward those end years sitting on...
Edwards with the dunk of the night.
Agile move off the contact by Edwards, getting to his shot despite the difficult defense.
Now Podziemski. He's got 11. Brown with a screen on Edwards. Podziemski with it. Edwards there. Shot by Podziemski, no good.
Yeah, they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
Warriors trail by 11. The screen from Brown. Pass to Branham. Hands it from downtown. Branham's got 8 points here in this quarter.
And really, as the three-pointers keep dropping, you get the sense that the frustration is mounting for the defense.
And the Warriors making a change here. Gay's checked in. The Timberwolves also with the sub. McDaniels, he's checked in for Koulibaly. Outside Edwards. The shot by George, wide open. And once again off the mark by Minnesota.
I'm not sure how he finds himself in so much space there. He's kicking himself for whiffing a bit on that one.
Here's Podziemski. Good, and a nice assist from Porter. Porter's got his 8th assist in the game.
All these threes they're giving up have really been the driving force on this run.
Here's the screen. McDaniels kicks to Crawford. Popped up there for Edwards.
And the game of basketball is one of runs, and right now this one's definitely not over.
Outside Porter. Pass to Brown. Now Porter, the three, and another three for Golden State.
That's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
And the coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
Here's Banton, guarded by Porter. A shot by McDaniels, no good. Here's the Warriors with the ball. They're on a 16-5 run. Podziemski's shot is good.
That was big because they dug a big hole in the first quarter, but starting to show signs of life.
And here's Edwards. He'll bring it up for the Timberwolves. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead. Back to George. Crawford sets the pick here for George. Knocks down the three ball. George has got his first 3 points of the game.
With this lead, they're playing confidently, showing a quick trigger from beyond.
Brown outside. To the wing on the left. Branham, the pass to Brown. Golden State moving the ball around. Here's Porter. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Porter's got 12 points in the game.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
And Edwards with the stuff.
And he's got more than a few ways to beat. Edwards will be aggressive when he has to initiate contact and create the N1 opportunity.
There's 48 seconds left in the first half. Podziemski with it. 16 points for him. Six to shoot. A floater. Crawford with the rebound. Crawford's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one.
And they hold a huge advantage on the backboard.
Manton, the pass to Crawford. It's hauled in by Huff. Edwards against Porter. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. And so it's Minnesota with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. And they've done a phenomenal job down low. So many of their points coming right at the rim. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much, Coach. This team is still developing. What do they need to do to really reach their max?
Just keep working every day. Give maximum effort, great concentration, and play to win. Make winning plays.
Sounds simple, but I know it's not, Coach. Thanks for your time. Back to you guys.
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
Hey everybody, first off, let's take a gander at what's been happening on the trading block. Since we got a little time on our hands here, you guys got any big plans for tonight?
Not me. I'm just going to take it easy. I'm pretty worn out.
Yeah, you've been burning those midnight oils, man. You been hitting the clubs or something?
Nah.
And now let's talk about our featured game. It was a solid first half for the Timberwolves.
They've done a lot of things well, but I look at the second chance points. That's where they're doing the most.
And that is it for halftime, folks. It is back to Kevin Harlan and the crew for the second half.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. You know, Anthony Edwards has been exceptional here, guys.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
Yeah, this is showing that they're not going to play at anybody else's pace but their own.
Podziemski out there with Porter. Then it's Porter. Then there's Brown. And it's Huff in at the center, filling out the middle. That's Steve Kerr's 5 as we get into the second half. Back to Podziemski. Good, and a nice assist from Porter. Porter's got assist number 9 now. Wow, what an effort here tonight. Manton, the pass to McDaniels. Now, here's George. Three-pointer. Cranes the three-pointer. George has got 6.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, both of them looking towards the three-point line, and I like to see that, especially when the results are made buckets.
Podziemski finds Porter, and he drives in. Count it. Good.
Yeah, exceptional play there to take the bump and still get it to fall.
The Warriors have shot the ball well from the free throw line, 8 of 9.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in. Now here's Edwards. He's defended by Podziemski. And that one, good.
And how about that? Coming out to start the half, a perfect 3 of 3.
Outside, Porter. Pass to Huff. Brown outside. Outside, Porter. No good from outside.
And really credit their advantage on the backboard. That's where the lead has been built, and that's why they are in control.
And after burying 3 straight shot opportunities, finally a miss there. Still feeling the momentum, though.
And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now.
Taking a look here at numbers for Anthony Edwards. Tremendous numbers for him over the last 10 games. Averaging 36, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists.
And it says a lot that when we see numbers like this from him, we aren't even shocked. He's that good.
Yeah, we really have just grown to get used to his greatness, and that's the level for him that he's on right now.
Koulibaly, he's checked in for McDaniels. Timberwolves leading by 5. And here's Edwards. 25 points in the game. Shoots over Podziemski. And again, it's Minnesota converting.
Yeah, 80%. Is that a good number from the field? I think so. 4 of 5 here shooting. Terrific start.
And so Steve Kerr calls for the timeout. Wants to talk some things over. Might be seeing some things to adjust. And it's Porter with the ball for Golden State. Looking ahead, they've got the Jazz coming into town for the next game. And that game is the second of 2 straight at home. Inside. Podziemski on the wing. Lock at 6. Pass to Huff. Golden State needs to get off a shot. And again, it's the Warriors missing. Minnesota in the lead. Outside, George. Here's Banton. For 3, Edwards. Edwards shooting fearlessly from the arc.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
Now here's Porter. He's got 17. Outside Porter. Porter with the screen for Porter. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Minnesota leading by 10. George, that's a two-pointer. Some solid defense from Brown. Golden State's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. They get it again. And it's sent back by George. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by George. And a wide open look for Porter. And he wills that one in. Sinking right through off the back iron. Minnesota's gone 2 of 2 from long range in the third quarter so far. Manton, the pass to Crawford. And it's denied. And that's out of bounds. Minnesota will retain possession. Now here's Edwards. Not a lot of room. Count it.
Down the stretch, he's been flat out awesome. He helped them get the lead, and now he's making sure they keep it.
Here's Podziemski. 19 points in the game. Here's Porter. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. And let's get an update on Jaden McDaniel's injury with David Aldridge.
Hi, guys. The head athletic trainer for the Timberwolves let me know the status. And unfortunately, it sounds pretty serious.
Good information, David. He's certainly been on our minds. Now, at least, Greg, we have a little more clarity.
Yeah, now they have the information they need to take the best course of action.
Everybody wishing the best for him. We all know how badly he wants to be out there playing alongside his teammates and competing.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
Hits the three-point bomb. Podziemski's got 2 now from beyond the arc in the third for the Warriors. And Tom Thibodeau decides to call timeout. He's made the decision. He wants to huddle up with his guys. The Timberwolves making a switch here. McDaniels checked in. Why don't we take this chance now to show you the most active wing defenders in the league? These are this season's steals leaders at small forward. 5th, Jaden McDaniels.
And this is the set of guys that can do as much or more damage with their defense as they can with their offense. They know how to swoop in for a steal from anywhere on the floor.
Just a great job of anticipation. These guys defend the entire court in transition, in the half-court set. It doesn't matter. They're out there agitating, disrupting, doing everything they can to unsettle an opposing offense.
Porter against McDaniel. Brown outside. Porter with the screen for Brown. 4 on the shot clock. And rejection by McDaniel. Count that one in, and the Timberwolves lead is cut down now to just 5 on the bucket from Porter. For Minnesota, they've gotten 6 of their 12 shots to drop for him here in the second half so far. Near the three-point line, it's Edwards. Crawford. That's tipped, and he's able to get it back.
If he's going to keep shooting, they've got to run some plays for him. Screens, pick and rolls, anything they can do to get him started.
Porter finds Podziemski. Pass to Huff. Here's Porter. And he banks in the layup. Now it's just a 3-point Timberwolves lead.
And Porter's height and length around the basket is going to help him create opportunities to score.
Here's George. Banked in off the glass. George has got 5 points now this quarter.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
Right wing. Porter looking it over. Good on the three-point shot. Porter's got 5 points so far.
The adjustments they've made offensively, they're putting guys in a position now to succeed.
The possession's just way more efficient, I think, here tonight, taking smarter, better shots, moving the ball around. That's helped them to get back in the ballgame.
Porter, no luck.
But still, eventually you got to feel like he'll start knocking those down again.
Pass to Crawford. McDaniels against Porter. George with the screen on Porter. Here's McDaniels. And he uses the glass on the layup. He's got 8.
How about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
And we've got a timeout called by Steve Kerr. He wants to talk to his guys. And the Warriors making a change here. Branham's checked in. And then for Minnesota, Norman Powell's checked in for McDaniels. Coulibaly comes in for Edwards. And Wallace subbed in for Delano Banton. Porter against Wallace. Outside Porter. To the middle. Here's Branham. Good, and a nice assist from Porter.
And that solid play in the paint continues here, guys.
Pass to Powell. And here's George. For 3. Drills the three-pointer. George has got 8 here in the quarter.
Three-point shooting since the half has been about as good as you could ask for.
Podziemski finds Porter. Back to Podziemski. Some nice passing by Golden State. They get it back. Here's Huff. Three-pointer. Branham, good. Branham's got 13 points.
Maybe he's not one of the elite sharpshooters, but even still, that's not a shot that he could afford to give him.
Outside, George. Back to Coulibaly. From 13, and he gets that one to go off the front iron.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Got to fight over it as a defender.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation.
Pass to Huff. Takes a 3. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Crawford's got the glass covered here tonight. 11 boards for him. Wallace looking for an opening. Powell, the pass to Crawford.
Warriors foul. First team foul. Now into the lineup for the Timberwolves. Domantas Sabonis. Pete Pritchard.
Minnesota with the ball. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead.
And I think that one could have easily have fallen for him.
They set the pick. And then Porter with the jam.
Oh, he got fancy with that one.
Yeah, maybe trying to give them the momentum boost they need to break this game open. Pass to Coulibaly. He's looking for Sabonis and finds him. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession. Brent, Domantas Sabonis is truly a player you can run an offense through.
Yeah, he's a guy that you can basically put anywhere on the floor, and all of a sudden good things are going to happen, whether he's playing out of the post and dealing with double teams, or he's at the top of the key, able to read the defense, using his vision and his ability as a big to drive the basketball. Domantas, one of the better playmaking fives that we have in the NBA.
Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, thanks. Domantas Sabonis set the longest double-double streak in over half a century last season with 61 straight double-doubles. He said it's awesome to be mentioned with the greats. It's my job as a big man to get rebounds and to finish. At the end of the day, they're just out there. Kevin?
Thank you, David. That double-double streak was a blast to watch. On the wing, Porter. Pass to Branham. Good, and a nice assist from Porter. Porter's got assist number 11 for him here tonight.
I don't know. I'm getting the feeling as this game moves on, he's getting stronger.
On the court for Minnesota, we've got Bilal Coulibaly. Also, George out there. And it's Edwards in at the two-guard spot. They grab their own miss. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And boy, have they been hitting the backboard in this game or what? Kind of surprising. It's such a tight game.
Pass to Huff. Here's Branham. Edwards defending. Branham, the pass to Porter. That three off the mark.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Now, here is George. Strong move inside by Edwards.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Branham, the pass to Porter. To the left wing. A three. Good on the triple. Branham's got it all tied up now for the Warriors.
Yeah, that's back-to-back threes. The D just seems to be slacking off a little bit.
Here's Banton, guarded by Porter. Outside Edwards. Edwards with his own three.
Edwards makes it dueling three-pointers, showing some leadership, getting that one back.
Pass to Huff. George against Brown. Porter with it. 5 to shoot. Out to the wing. Here's Branham. Good, and a nice assist from Porter. Branham's got 18 points just in the second half. Minnesota's gone 2 of 5 on three-point shots since the end of the third quarter. Left side, George. Pass to Edwards. Here's the three. It's hauled in by Huff. Huff's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Up top, Porter. And finished off by Porter.
You've got to give them a lot of credit for just battling back into this game.
Well, there's an ebb and flow. They had a hard time earlier, but now, flow.
And Coulibaly gets it to go. There is just no way to tell who is going to pull this one out.
When you've had this many lead changes, you're looking to see which one of those plays is going to be a momentum swinger.
Huff passes to Porter. Over Coulibaly. Crawford with the rebound.
Well, he's a guy that count on to produce from the mid-range. He doesn't miss too many open looks from there.
Here's Banton, guarded by Porter. On the wing, Coulibaly. And another three for Minnesota.
Man, the triples keep falling, guys. That's 3 in a row.
Here's Branham. Pass to Porter. They set the pick. Here's Huff. 6 on the shot clock. Down low. Great pass to set up the lay-in.
Yeah, nothing too fancy. Just getting the job done when they need to. Make every possession count.
Here's Banton, guarded by Porter. Banton's shot is off. Warriors trail by 3. Outside, Porter. Pass to Huff. Comes up empty down low.
And they've controlled the glass throughout this game, but it's still close.
Kicks it out to Crawford. Right side, Edwards. Second shot opportunity, and it's blocked. That'll be Minnesota as it goes out of bounds. Timberwolves retain possession. And the timeout called here by Tom Thibodeau. And that timeout by Coach was carefully measured, wanting to make sure that everybody is on the same page here. Podziemski, he's checked in for the Warriors. McDaniels, he's checked in for Minnesota. Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, well, let's summarize what Tom Thibodeau went over with his guys during the break. Now, his perspective was to play like we're behind. He said that's the energy we need right now. We haven't won anything yet. Back to you guys.
Thank you, David. Brown, the pass to Porter. Pulls up from the corner and rebounded by McDaniels. Timberwolves leading by 3. It's Edwards on the wing. Pass to Benton. And George kicks to McDaniels. George sets a screen for McDaniels. Drives to the hoop. And it's George missing.
He creates such a great opportunity right at the rim, and he just can't get it to go. Even with the defense, not really a factor.
There's a good screen. Back to Podziemski. And again, no good by Golden State. Minnesota's gotten 8 shots off from three-point land and hit half of it. And the floater. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. Porter kicks to Porter. A minute 20 left in the game. Nice concentration to hit the double clutch layup. Porter's got 4 this quarter.
You saw he altered his release, allowing him to get around his defender and then laid it in.
Oh, here's Edwards. He's defended by Podziemski.
That is world class.
Love seeing that there. A huge possession, and he nets it.
It's been a nice stretch for them offensively.
I mean, the communication's great. The movement's been really good. This is solid team basketball. And he's been a force on the glass all game long.
Yeah, it's almost like he's got a magnet on that ball here tonight. He's in the right spot all the time.
And there's the whistle. 3-second violation.
Yikes, that one stings there. Hurts so much more to turn the ball over, especially with how tight the game is.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Jacks up a 3. Porter pulls it in. The game has come down to this.
Huge possession.
Porter with it. George picks him up. It's good! And what a sensational bucket to bring them within 1. And they foul intentionally. They're going to have to do that now again and again. They're not in the penalty yet.
Yeah, that's right. No other option but to foul and hope for some misses.
And now we've got the intentional foul.
Porter. Third personal foul. Team score. At the line for the Timberwolves. The line of Benton.
So the first one drops, and that will put them up by 2. And the second free throw, no good. A tough break there.
Points are an absolute must here.
Can't come away empty. That would be the nail in the coffin.
Now Porter to tie it up. Oh, no good.
First personal foul. Second team foul. At the line for the Dubs, Porter. 2 shots.
He drops the first one, and that narrows the gap to 1. One drops. He ties it up.
You can't have any more pressure on you than he had at the line right there. Shows you what he's made up as he's able to tie it up.
And Tom Thibodeau decides to call timeout. Coach clearly feeling the necessity to regroup with so much at stake here. From deep three-point land. Oh, no good there. The potential game winner off the mark. And that's going to do it for regulation. So we are headed to overtime. Live from Chase Center, you're watching 2K Sports. These teams have battled tooth and nail for 4 quarters, and now we head to overtime. Should be a blast.
Here we go.
Porter is out there with Pajemski. Then there's Brown. Then it's Michael Porter. And it's Huff in at the 5. Back to Porter. And it's Pajemski in the corner. A miss that time. Would have put him up.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Pass to McDaniels. To the paint. Here's Crawford over Porter. Crawford's shot is good. Crawford's got the first basket here in overtime for Minnesota.
And he found the soft spot in the D on that possession.
And here's Porter. Back to Pajemski. Good, and a nice assist from Porter. Pajemski's got the lead up to 1 now for the Warriors. Minnesota shooting pretty good tonight at 48%. Now, as we saw, 4 quarters not enough. We're just over a minute into overtime. And the first one drops. He's off on the second.
Shaking his head moment there. Had a chance to put them out in front, but at least they're tied up.
Porter with it. They set the pick. And there's the drive. Lets it go from deep. And another assist.
That makes 15 assists.
He's been one step ahead of the defense all game long. Pass to Edwards. From deep, George. Pajemski grabs the board. Pajemski's got 4 rebounds in this game. Now here's Porter. He's guarded closely to the inside. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
Yeah, but I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. That one's in there. The Warrior lead is cut down to just 3 in the basket from George.
Man, this guy is a scoring machine. I mean, I know I'm not the only one to describe him that way.
Pajemski finds Porter. Into the lane. There's the triple. It's hauled in by George. Timberwolves trail by 3. We're in OT here with just over 2.5 minutes gone by. And here is McDaniel. George sets a screen for McDaniel. Just 4 to shoot. Makes it off the glass.
All the way to the bucket. No resistance. Just swipe the candy from him.
Here's Pajemski. Edwards defending. Back to Pajemski. The kick out to Porter. The tray connects from 3-point range. And the Warriors lead by 4.
He's a guy that lives for a big moment like that. Great focus and courage in the clutch.
Here's Edwards. Here's Benton. And a miss there on the triple.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Porter inside. Huff. Another shot. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. First free throw is good, and that puts them up by 5. Second free throw, no good that time. He really wanted that one. Over in the corner, Edwards. Offensive rebound. Here's Crawford. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
And a better box out saves them 2 points there.
It didn't seem like anybody was really aware there to go and collect that rebound in the possession.
Outside Porter. Brown outside. George trying to break free. Money!
How about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
And the timeout called here by Tom Thibodeau. He's not taking any chances and wants to huddle him up right away. Here's Banton, guarded by Porter. Here's Edwards. Edwards at the rim.
And he is built to be the man for this team. Edwards answering the bell and executing.
I think we'll see them burn the clock a bit here.
Yeah, smart move.
There's a screen. Porter passes to Huff. Count it!
Oh, you hear that sound? That's the flushing of the toilet right there.
Greg, a fierce two-hander. And Tom Thibodeau decides to call a timeout. And he wants to see some changes out there right away and right now. Oh, here's Edwards. He's defended by Podziemski.
And this is what dominating the glass looks like. He just cannot be contained.
Sort of reminding me of a little Ben Wallace action here from his years with the Pistons. He's been that much of a force rebounding the ball.
Second one is good. Getting both at the line, and it's a 7-point game.
And the lead getting safer and safer as these free throws from the stripe go in.
And guys, overtime not nearly as competitive as regulation. They've used up all their energy just getting it to overtime.
So we see the Warriors get the win here. They had to scrape and claw to push it to overtime, but they really came on in the extra period.
What a ride. I mean, I thought it might end in regulation, but you know what? They came through big and did exactly what was necessary once we got into OT.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Brent Barry, Greg Anthony, and David Owen, this is Kevin Harlan, along with our 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. And now we present our player of the game.